Welcome to Fair Game. I'm Kristine Leahy. My guest today is one of the best young pitchers in baseball. He boasts one of the most devastating sliders in the game, and last season finished in the top 5 for the National League Rookie of the Year. From the St. Louis Cardinals, Jack Flaherty is here. Jack, so good to have you here.
It's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
All the way here from St. Louis, but you're from here.
Yes, from here.
And we will get to that in a little bit. But your story of coming up, so you played, your pitcher, but you also played in the field. You're a great hitter. You kind of did it all. Do you feel like you could have done it all in the majors too?
That's interesting. Like, I was never supposed to be a pitcher. Growing up, I always played short. Idolized Jeter when I was growing up, and so that was like the guy I always wanted to be. So, you know, through high school, I did it all. I played short, played third, played center, and then I pitched just a little bit, especially my junior and senior year. And really the reason I started pitching was because somebody got hurt. And so our coach was like, well, all right, dude, you got to pitch a little bit more now. And so that's kind of where it started. And then junior year is really where I started pitching even more. Okay,
so you're 23 years old. Baseball, I'm sure you've heard, there's some people who are criticizing baseball, saying they kind of got to make it cooler, make it more fun, so the young kids are into watching it.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of celebrations. So if a guy hits a home run, you do whatever you want. You swing the bat around, you flip it around, you do a dance. I'm cool with it. Are you cool with it?
I'm cool with it I'm cool with it if you really get it. So
what do you mean?
If you hit a ball 400 feet and like it's a no doubt home run,
okay,
and you get it. But if it's one of those that barely gets over the fence, so you take Manny Machado in the World Series, like he decides to pimp a ball that ends up going off the fence. That's where it's like
no celebration there.
Yeah, that's the you cross the line. You wanted it to be a home run, but it just wasn't.
So there are rules to the home runs, which dictate
different
rules to the celebration.
Yeah, but if you hit a big home run and you want to celebrate, you hit a walk-off home run, you do whatever you want. You hit a big home run in a big situation. You know, there was a whole thing with Jose Bautista in the playoffs.
Yep.
Everybody threw a fit.
Yep.
But that was just pure joy, dude. That he had so much fun hitting that home run. The city was going crazy. Not just the stadium, but everybody in the city was going crazy.
That's what I always say too, is like, I like watching that guys are passionate about the sport that they're playing.
Oh, yeah.
And you play so many games. Why shouldn't you be able to celebrate?
Oh, we should be able to have all the fun we want. And then, but you know, when you do it in the wrong way, and you know what the right way is and the wrong way is, when it's just pure joy and excitement and you're having fun with it, nobody has a problem with it.
So you're an athlete who, you played multiple sports, but you chose baseball to focus on.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray just declared for the NFL draft rather than playing baseball. Do you think that he should have chosen baseball instead?
I can't speak for him, but I don't think he made the wrong decision.
Okay.
Because you look at him and you look at where he's at, probably going to be a first-round pick in football come the NFL draft. And in football, you go straight to the league. There's no minor leagues. Like, if you're a first-round pick, like you're good enough, you're going to go straight to the league. So in that case, like I don't blame him. I don't blame him for wanting to go through the minor leagues and having to go through that process just to get to the big leagues. I mean, if you had the chance to go straight to the NFL, I'd take that.
Something pretty fun for you was last season, one of your starts was at Dodger Stadium, but that was not the first time that you pitched at Dodger Stadium. You actually won a state championship there before. How cool was that, getting to go back as a professional baseball player? I've never had a feeling or a moment like that. Really?
So yeah, when I pitched there in high school, it was special. It was fun with the group of guys. It was amazing. But going back there, being in the other dugout, because Dodger Stadium, that's where I grew up, and that's where I fell in love with the game. So for me to go back there, I tell this, the second day that we were there, and I was out there playing catch beforehand, and seeing everybody kind of file in it was emotional. It was just like, wow, like I'm here, and this is, I've made it, and I've always dreamed about being here. And then on the day of the game, it was like I was out there stretching and just got overcome with emotion.
Did you cry?
I've never had that. I was so close, and I've never had that before on the field.
And not many people get to experience something like that.
No, I don't think so. I don't know how it's like for other guys to go home, but for me, going back to LA was special.
So you make it to the majors, and that's a pretty big deal. But they gave you a number. And I've heard this story. I can't even believe that this is what happens, because pitchers are very superstitious. They just give you a number. You didn't get to choose.
Nope. You get a number. So I showed up in San Francisco, and my locker was right next to Weaver's, and he goes, and he's looking in there, he's trying to figure out, like, what number did you get? And I'm like, I don't know, there's nothing up here, it's just my nameplate. And then we look in, and my jersey's not in there yet. And we look on the sleeve of, like, our batting practice top, and it says 32, and I was like, well, I guess I was given 32. They just give it to you. You don't get to pick it.
How are you feeling about 32 right now?
It's not a bad number. Guys have definitely gotten worse numbers or higher numbers.
What would you change it to?
Well, my favorite number was 9, but that's retired by the Cardinals.
So you can't have that one.
Can't have 9.
You could do like 2 numbers that equal 9.
Could you do that? I could do 54.
Here's something I know you don't want. So if you take 32 and you reverse it, then you have 23, which is LeBron's current number. And I've heard what you have to say about LeBron compared to Kobe.
Yeah.
Give me your thoughts, because listen, LeBron, you're from LA.
Right.
LeBron comes to LA. Kobe was kind of the man here. Seems weird to me.
He was the man.
He was the man. So how did you feel about LeBron coming to LA?
I didn't know what to think. It was like I wanted the Lakers to be good. I did not think it would come at the expense of having LeBron come to LA.
Ooh, the expense.
I mean, it was just like I was so unexpected. It wasn't something that I was ready for. And my best friend and I, like, we talk about it all the time, because whenever we have that conversation, I always say, like, I am biased. Like, I'm from LA.
Sure.
Kobe, so I grew up watching. That's my favorite guy. So him coming to LA, it's taken a minute, and it was weird. Like, I don't want to say I've ever rooted against him, but I've actually had to root for him.
Now you have to root for him. Yeah.
Being with the Lakers. That's still an interesting thing.
Yeah. Are you going to become a LeBron fan now?
I don't think I'll ever become a LeBron fan.
What is it exactly that you don't like about LeBron?
He's just not. He doesn't. I like guys who have that dog in them. And I don't think he has that dog. He doesn't have that, like, it, but he's shown parts where he does have it.
So you know he's got it in him.
He has it in him.
But why isn't it always there?
But it's not a consistent thing. I mean,
I hear you on that.
You can look at some of the performances he's had that have just been unbelievable. But it's not that consistent, I want to beat you, that Kobe, that Jordan thing. And that's just what I grew up loving.